Tonight, candle lighting is at 4:11. Mincha will be at 4:20. I think it's going to be the earliest we have mincha. Uh, it's winter. What can we do? I predict this will be the coldest winter this year. Uh, anyway, now for a quick Devar Torah. Okay, Jonathan, a quick Devar Torah. Uh, the question comes up, what was Yaakov afraid of by Simeon Levi's actions? And the answer is not what you think. Remember, what Yaakov is really afraid of is that there's some Esau in him. Just as there's some Yaakov and Esau, they're twin brothers. So Yaakov sees his brother and says, wait a minute, maybe there's some Esau in me. He knows that Esau acts without thinking. He hates because he, gives his opinion. You stole this from me. It might be wrong. It might be a total misunderstanding on his part. He sold his birthright to Yaakov. Yaakov did not hide the ball. But Esau is angry because he realized later what it meant. But Esau is a man who has no control over his passions. Because we learn that when they meet, Yaakov, and the Rashi says that Yaakov says, in Lavan Garti, I lived with Lavan, which Rashi says, and I kept all the mitzvot. And Esau wishes he could have done the same. He knew that Yaakov was correct in his actions. He just couldn't control his actions. And Yaakov was afraid that he could become like Esau. If he let his passions get a hold of him, he will be like Esau. So Yaakov has to try to restrain himself. And he wants to restrain Simeon and Levi, who are two men who really show their passions. Because, what do they say to him? Our sister is violated and you do nothing? And Yaakov has no answer for that. Yaakov, he's perplexed by the statement because he knows they're right. He's just afraid of what it'll mean further on down because he represents the Torah. He knows that. And he doesn't want to become like Esau, that we're on a special mission, that, we have to bring the Torah to the world, to the light to the world. So that is the real crux of the argument. And as we see this week's parsha, we say goodbye to Esau and his family, except they make a guest appearance later on in Sefer Shemot, in the book of Exodus, with Amalek. But that's a whole other story. We'll get to that when we get to Sefer Shemot. Just something to think about. Kaddish Rabbanim.